Hello, and I think this is my fourth virtual diary entry. I hate calling it that. I really do, but it's the only word that came for it in my mind, and I'm the type of person where either I just submitted that as is, or I overthink and don't like any of the ideas, and so I don't post any of it. And so I just decided to go with the first one that came to my mind. Um, Sorry, it's Coco in the background. He just got done eating. And you might hear him some more throughout this entry. God knows I don't want to do this right now. I I don't want to do anything right now, but gotta do the things you don't want to do. Things that I'm proud of myself for doing yesterday. I got out of bed. I ate. And I had tea with a friend, boba tea. She had coffee because she doesn't like tea, but I consider that a huge success because I have been isolating for quite some time now. So, I am going to hate that I did that later, but I'm really excited about it. And I got out of bed today earlier than I did yesterday, which is a pearl upon my string. And I'm not going to think about the fact that I should have gotten up earlier. I'm not going to do that to myself. I have a lot of work to do. I'm really behind and feel really overwhelmed on how I'm going to finish it. I do think that's where a lot of my depression is coming from at the moment. I just feel stuck, like I'm not going to be able to finish it all, and that's going to deeply hinder my grades, my scholarship, my money. But if I stay in this mode of like writing out a list and just knocking out that list as we go, I think I can do it. I think I can finish everything by Sunday. And I don't know why I do this to myself. Like I wait till the last minute to complete things. But then like I kill it every time. Every single time. I have never failed. I like waiting to the very last moment, and I might turn that second in at 11:59, but I end up like crushing that paper and getting like really good reviews on it. Now, the main thing that I get an issue with is like, because I'm dyslexic and ADHD, they're like, oh, well, your grammar and all that stuff could have been better, you know. But your thoughts, which is what's important, are significant in it and well done. And I literally didn't think of the concept until maybe 5 hours prior to writing that paper. So I work really good under pressure. Like when I know there's a timeline and there's gonna be a consequence. Oh, that reminds me, there's this video that says like if you work well under extreme pressure and you find yourself always procrastinating even though you don't want to, it's because you grew up in an environment where you were never praised, but you were always punished when you did like the smallest mistakes or even, you know, things that you shouldn't have been punished for. You grew up in a very punish-filled environment rather than a praise-filled environment. And man, if that ain't the truth, I'm pretty sure either my mom or my dad, one of them, I can't remember which one, but they said why would I praise you for the things that you're supposed to be doing? In hindsight, you think about that. And you're like, well, to encourage me to keep doing it? Maybe. Because now, thinking about it now, it's like I do work under this pressure of like not getting in trouble. I just like can't get in trouble. I'm not going to get in trouble. And I do really well underneath that pressure because I know that I'll do anything not to get in trouble or see the consequence. You know? But, yeah, I don't... Usually what motivates me is not something that's, like, praiseworthy. Like, getting praise or something like that. I don't... Or a reward system even. I tried it. I've tried it. I can't turn my camera around because I'll mess up with the video. But I literally have these like reward stickers for waking up on time, finishing homework. Did I connect with someone today? Did I get outside and go to the gym? And every time I do those things, I get a sticker and a piece of candy. Started that in October. You wanna know when I stopped? October. It's not like I want to be that way. I want to be like consistent. I just don't know how. I've tried everything. Apps, poster boards, reward systems, people keeping me accountable. Nothing is working. And it's like, if it's not either extreme pressure or something I'm heavily interested in, I'm not doing it. And it's not a laziness issue. I can't stress that enough. For those that have ADHD, know what I'm talking about. Because those that don't immediately hear what I'm saying and think that I lack work ethic. If you only knew how I grew up, you would know it's not a lack of work ethic, okay? Because guess what? School is not my only thing that I'm doing right now. I have 2 other jobs. So it's not an issue of work ethic. It's not like I sit around doing nothing all day. I mean, other than when I'm in my depressive episodes, but that's mental illness. That's not laziness. Oh, you better not. Nope. No. Sorry. Yeah. It's not a lack of work ethic. It's not laziness. I really admire this one YouTuber. I forgot her name, but she always goes, "Hey brains." I really, really like her. She really helped me navigate my ADHD when I first found out I was diagnosed in college. How she describes it is like, many people when they see a project that needs to get done, like, I'll do this way. If this is them and this is the project they need to finish, and there's a bridge, there might be 1 or 2 planks missing due to, like, lack of motivation or whatever it may be. But for the most part, there's enough planks there to get them from point A to point B and finish their project on time. With people with ADHD, it's like a whole different bridge with many more missing planks. But if you're looking at it from a side to side view, you're going to think, hey, that person has the same amount of planks I do, and I finished my work on time, when the reality is that, like, the ADHD people might be missing 5 to 6 planks. And so they are overthinking and strategizing way longer than, you are to finish the same project in the same amount of time. So yeah, like that's honestly, I have never heard it better explained than that. That's exactly what it's like. It takes me hours to finish homework that might take people an hour. My grad school classes take up to about 60 hours a week of my life. With others, it might take up to 30. Because I'm also dyslexic, so there's a processing area there that takes a little longer than some. And for so much of my life, there's been this lie that has made me feel like I'm stupid because of it. But I know I'm not stupid. I know I'm not stupid now, even though I feel like it sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. But I think another reason why I've just been feeling stuck is because I genuinely just don't want to do school anymore. It's not just not engaging or interesting anymore. It's like the very things that I first wanted to do school for, none of that is applicable now. The more I engage with academia, the more left thinking, like liberal thinking it is. And what's crazy is I'm not even conservative. Like, I'm really not. I'm not conservative. I'm not liberal, but I'm not conservative. And I consider myself to be really good at being in the middle, not because of indecisiveness, but because I see the faults with both parties, both sides, all of it. But when you have like classes that are clearly antithetical to scriptures and basing things off of experiences, emotions, rather than the scriptures, and then teaching it as if that's dogma. Like that's the dogma of the Bible. I can't do it. I can't. And I don't want to go all into it because I know the bottom line is I know that I'm done with it. I know that I don't want to keep learning these things, but at the same time, the benefit of learning these things is knowing how to have those conversations to counteract those things. Like if there's a class that's trying to affirm an LGBTQA lifestyle, I'm not talking about same-sex attraction because I don't think you can help attraction. I'm talking about living the lifestyle of LGBTQA. That there is a difference, and I do think the church has not engaged with that conversation very well at all. But these classes can teach me. These classes are teaching me how to have that conversation with someone who truly claims and proclaims Jesus with their mouth, and they say they believe him in his heart, and yet still claim to live a gay or lesbian lifestyle. It's helping me have those conversations, not because they are willing to have those conversations, but because I'm willing to. Because I'm willing to talk to my professors about it and email them and And that is literally one example of the many. I feel like every semester there's something. If it wasn't LGBTQA, it's I had a conversation with a professor who said that Malcolm X was a prophet of God. No, he wasn't. He was Muslim. And if it's not that, it's New Ageism and literally quoting other people who are not even believers and 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 have this New Age ideology and saying that is like the integrity of scripture in there. Like I can't back that up. I can't support that. And so it just keeps happening. And not every single one of my classes are like that. Honestly, I think one of my favorite classes was my class on Dietrich Bonhoeffer. Surprisingly, because I didn't think I would enjoy that course, but I really did. He was very unbiased and just gave you the information about his life, told you to read the books. He helped, if you had questions, he could answer things about his life, his theology, but then you had to kind of frame your own theology. You could write an argumentative paper against what Dietrich Bonhoeffer believed, or you could write papers supporting it. And he didn't grade according to what he thought. He graded according to what, if your work was well written. I think that was probably my favorite class, honestly, because most of my other classes were just can't roll my eyes hard enough. And I'm in this place where I'm like, do I stay? Because I only have like half a year left. Or do I transfer? I don't even know. But I do know this. I do think I'm going to take a step back. I don't think I'm going to do full-time school for a little bit. I think I'm just going to do one class a quarter for a while. I have up to 10 years to finish anyway. Take one class a quarter, get a part-time job with a wedding coordinating business, because I do eventually want to have my own wedding coordinating business one day. I'm grateful for my conversation with my friend yesterday, because I was able to kind of verbally process where I'm at and kind of get a little unstuck. Like, at the end of the day, it's not about pursuing happiness, but it is about acknowledging, like, if there's a constant state of unhappiness, I need to reanalyze what is it that is causing it. And unless I made a biblical covenant or commitment, then I can reevaluate and reconsider. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I'm in a marriage and I'm unhappy, that's not an option. In my opinion, it's not an option unless he is cheating or abusive. It's not an option for me to get in a divorce. But I can reevaluate and use tools to work on our marriage. And in the same way, like, I might not be able to leave school because it's funding a lot of my livelihood right now. But I can reevaluate how much I do school. I can think about taking on something that does bring genuine joy in my life, which is wedding coordinating. I love helping women in their weddings. I realized that more when I was working on my friend Gabby's wedding a month ago, and how much joy I had talking with her and helping her throughout her day, and connecting with the vendors and organizing everything. And I love being able to see the bride, especially this bride, Gabby, who always thinks about other people, always working, always making sure everything's good for other people, to just sit back, relax, and enjoy her day. You know what I'm saying? That is something I genuinely take joy in, is seeing someone else just be and be present on their day. And I want to do that for more women. And if I had my own business, I can bring, I also love helping women who's been incarcerated or sex trafficked. And, you know, I would love for, if it got big enough, I would love for this business to turn into something where we can bring in women to be rehabilitated into society again, and train them in this field, in this job, so they can have a stable and steady income. You know what I'm saying? Like that is something that's down the road, but it's possible. And so I want to start building that. And I can't do that right now if I'm doing full-time school. So I think what I'm doing, and on top of that, I want to audit classes that I actually care about. I want to audit classes that, like, I really want to study the topic of Israel in scripture, because I've grown up with a what we call replacement theology of Israel my whole life, meaning that the church replaces Israel in God's plan of redemption. and and here in where I live in Kansas City, and I attend this ministry called International House of Prayer. They do these classes where I can learn about these things. And so, like, honestly, talking about it makes me cry, because I'm like, finally I can, like, take a class that I actually want to learn about, that I would be excited to go to and study day in and day out, rather than taking these classes that I'm literally only taking for a paycheck. That's that's what it's like right now. I am literally only taking these classes because they pay me. That is it. If I did not get paid, I would have quit Fuller a long time ago. That's where I'm at right now. And I hate that, because I was explaining to my friend, I feel numb inside. I just feel dead. I feel dead. And even when I go to work and what I do for work, I help out with the prayer room. I'm on the worship team. I also run two departments at the moment. And I literally sing the Bible every single day. And what used to be something that, like, rejuvenated me, and my heart felt really alive, I'm just like, everything's more thinking about God rather than talking to him. And I've been in this way since, like, August, because I'm just so tired. I'm so tired of I'm just tired. And not just simply physically. I think the physical exhaustion is manifested from a emotional, mental, and spiritual one. And it's not, the spiritual exhaustion is not because I'm tired of God or I'm done with him, but, like, I'm just so tired of only engaging with him on a intellectual level, because I have no time to engage with him other than, like, my, small prayer times, my devotional times, to engage with him on a relational level. And what I love about the IHOP classes is that that is the heart of it. Like, yeah, you do learn for it, knowledge sake, but knowledge sake is nothing unless it's coming to, like, awaken your heart. And so with Fuller, it's just like, it is so, and it's not just Fuller. It's like with a lot of these seminaries, it's so self-seeking and self-gratifying. And when we do talk about God, It's either what God does for us and make us feel good, or we like study God from this glass box and look, just analyzing him rather than like talking to him and engaging with him. Not all of my classes have been that way. Like I said, I'm really grateful for some of the classes that really did like cause you to engage with God as a person. But for the most part, that hasn't been my experience. And so I think I am going to do that. I think I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to call this venue that offered me this wedding coordinating job and see if it's still open, and maybe I can do some part-time work there. And then I want to do some more IHOP classes, some things that would actually train me. So I want to teach one day. I want to teach these things to other women, to African Americans, to Hispanic Americans. I want to do it, and I'm not there yet because I'm studying things I don't care about. Anyway, I did not think I was going to talk about this today, but I'm clearly doing much better than I was yesterday, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that bad days are just that. They are just days. They might turn into weeks, but they don't always turn that way. And today I am hopeful. Today I'm not going to allow my overwhelmed state get the best of me to where I freeze. I am going to just seize the day. I'm going to get work done. I'm going to do my best. And if I don't finish where I want, there's tomorrow. And I'm going to get up and do it again tomorrow. So I'm thankful for bad days because it makes the good days even better. Yeah. Because then I could look at that bad day and say, not only were you temporary, you didn't crush me. You didn't crush me like I thought you were going to. You know? Here I am, drinking another cup of coffee with collagen in it. Killing it today. So it is officially noon. I've been on here for about 30 minutes. I need to go. I'm proud of myself. I am proud of you, Rael. I'm proud of who you are becoming, even if the progress is so slow. It is still progress. All right, bye.